In the previous session we have talked about PR command, which prepares a file for printing. Today we will see few more commands like head, tail, cut, paste, if possible sort as well. So what is this head command do actually? Suppose we have a file F1 which contains n number of lines. If this n is greater than 10, a big file which contains more than 10 lines, then head space the name of this file called file name. Okay, it by default prints first 10 lines from a file. If I am interested not in seeing the entire content of a file but only the initial content of a file, then we can use this head command. Okay. But if I am interested on first 15 lines rather than only 10 lines, then we can give some option to a command to change the meaning of this command. By default it works for 10 lines. If I want to tell this command that I want first 15 lines, then we'll use an option n for this purpose. So $head option n 15 and file name. As a result of this, it goes on executing 15 it prints first 15 lines of the file. On the same lines, if I am interested not to see the contents of a file either from the top but from the bottom, I want to see the last 10 lines, then we have another command called tail. It works like this. The syntax is tail file name. It gives from bottom 10 lines. This numbering doesn't mean that it is starting of a file, but these are the bottom 10 lines will be shown by this command. Similarly, if I am interested in last 15 lines, then I can use the same option for tail to mean that. So tail option n 15 file name. Okay. Now let us see whether they are doing it rightly or not. We have any big file? Yeah, yesterday we have created a file called samp. Okay. Cat samp nl samp option more 20 lines 21 22. This file contains large number of lines. So it contains nearly 216 lines. If I am interested in seeing first 10 lines, then head samp, okay, it prints. Now you may argue that whether they are really 10 lines or not. Okay, to clarify, either you can count or we can use a command called nl. How can we use nl in combination with head command to verify that whether head is really giving us 10 lines or not? So we will use nl command. How do we use nl command? We know that head gives samp. Can I use nl like this? Yeah. So the output is of this file, output of this command head samp will give first 10 lines and it is numbering. When you see the numbering, it has given that 1 to 10 lines have been given. So by default it prints 10 lines. This is the verification that by default head gives 10 lines. I can change this just by printing, just by typing this command with option n and the number of lines I am interested in, and the file name is sample. So it has given me 15 lines. To verify whether really it is giving 15 lines or not, okay, we'll just modify this command. Sorry. So I have to give head option n 15 lines from samp, and I'll pipe this output of command as an input to NL, which gives me the line numbers. So it has given me 15 lines from top. Similarly, if I am interested in seeing the last 10 lines, now we can easily see last 10 lines 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. From return 0, it should print. Okay. So tail samp, yeah, from return 0 it is printing last 10 lines. And can I combine this with NL command? Of course, with the help of pipe. So it is giving me last 10 lines. If I am interested in last 15 lines, then tail option N, 15, take from sample file, give them numberings. So it has given me all the 15 lines from bottom. In fact, this tail command is more powerful than head command, because head has very few options when compared to tail. Tail is more powerful than head because it has one command called it has one option called F, which is used generally by the administrator to monitor the growth of this file, because it's very common that in the operating systems, okay, most of the processes might be modifying, or if a database is running, they used to modify the log files, and as the time goes on, those log files will go on increasing. If you want to see, or if you want to monitor the growth of that file, then we'll use tail command with option F, okay, which is not available with head. So why tail command? Because nobody is interested in the beginning part of the log file. We will be interested only at the end of the log file, because all the modifications which are written to the log file will be appended. It is not inserted in the middle or in the beginning. So we can use tail command with option F to see the growth of a file. Now let us see how to do that. So it's very simple. Just type, suppose we have one file called some exlog. Okay, we have some file called exlog, and many processes are writing some information to this log file, and as the time rolls on, okay, this size goes on increasing, and I want to monitor this growth. Then we use tail option F, okay, with the name of this file exlog. When I hit enter, it doesn't returns me shell again. Okay? It goes and hops and gives you information whether it is going or not. So for that, in order to demonstrate this, we'll use two terminals and see the growth, whether we could able to monitor it properly or not. So let's do that now. So we have, suppose, one file vi, okay, exlog samp. I'm using this samp file. Okay, then we'll write set nu from 1 to line number 30, write to exlog. Okay. So cat exlog, we have created one file called exlog now. Okay. Now we'll use vi. No, the command is tail option F exlog. Okay. Now it has stopped here. Now how do we monitor its growth? See, we'll have one more terminal. Yeah. So we'll go to vi exlog. Okay. Now I'll just yank first 30 lines and copy. I'll copy 30 and paste 30 lines. Okay. So 30 lines here, pasted. I have written. See, when I have written, here the growth has been shown. Okay. Again, I repeat. Okay. 1 to 34 right to ex log. Not like that. I'll just yank 1 to 34, copy, paste, and I'll write this. Okay. So whenever we write, there is you'll see change here. So 20 lines, pasted, then write. Return 0 is the last. Now what do I do is, I'll just make set NU or I'll go to last line otherwise. Yeah. So total there are 127 lines, right? So VIEX log. So I'll go to 127 line number. Yeah. Then I'll go on appending this. Okay. Hello there. Are you there? Okay. So here it has been reflected. Hello there. Are you there? So like this, if file goes on growing, we can we can just monitor the changes and go ahead. So this is how the command is used by the administrators very often, and this is very nice command. In fact, we can also copy or we can also copy in bytes with the help of this tail command. So let's see that now. I'll just exit this small console and Control D to come out of this, or Control C. Okay. Now we have a file called SAM. Okay. So I can use tail option C. This option C is used. Suppose if I have used 15 here. Okay. And SAM, it means that it copies last 15 bytes. It copies last 15 bytes. Tail option C, SAM, copies last 15 bytes. Tail option C, 15 minus 15 SAM. This also does the same thing. But what if I use, it means if you give symbol or if you don't give symbol, both of them work in the same way. But when I use option C plus 15 SAM here, it means it will skip first 14 bytes. It will skip first 14 bytes and start printing till end. Okay. So skip first 14 bytes, and so the meaning is it will skip first 14 bytes. But here it is copying last 15 bytes. So we can do in terms of bytes as well. So tail option C, 15 minus 15. We have seen that the output of both of this command is same. But whereas when we use tail option C, okay, minus we'll use plus 15 SAMP. So it is skipping first 15 lines and giving us the remaining output. Okay. So first 15 bytes have been skipped out. We'll use this command also. So first 15 bytes, when it has skipped, some part has been removed and the remaining part has been shown here. So this about tail command. Now suppose I want to, there is one more thing which we need to know is there are many files in a directory and we often do any modifications to the file. Now suppose if I want to suppose if I forgot what is the name of the file which I have last modified and I want to do some modification to that file without remembering the name of the file, how can we do, or how can we recall that what is the last modified file? In order to see what is the last modified file, we have a command called ls with option T. Okay. Now this will give us a list of all files in the order of last modification. Just now we have modified ex log file, that's why it has given me ex log file. Then next file is SAMP, next file is a.out. Assume that if I have done some changes to SAMP, now SAMP will come above ex. Okay, let's do that. And I go to SAMP and I want to do some modifications. Okay. So I deleted something and write quit. Okay. So I did some modification. Now ls option T will give me SAMP first, now ex last. So there are many number of files and I didn't remember which file was last modified. We can take help of this command ls option L and assume that directly I want to enter into that file using VI editor and start editing. So I can combine few set of commands into a single command and get into that. So in fact here we'll use two or three commands in conjunction. For example, suppose SAMP is the file which I would like to modify. This is the last modified file and I want to modify. In order to find out, first I have to find out ls option T. It gives me that SAMP file is the last modified one. Then again I have to use VI command to get into this file called SAMP, then start doing modification. How can I combine these two things? Okay, I can combine these two things in a single command with the help of pipe. Okay. How can we do that now? So for that what we'll do is, see, the thing is when we use ls option T, it is not giving only one file, it is giving all list of files. But here I am interested in only first file. It means I am interested in first line. So ls option T, you assume that it's giving you an output and that is a file, and I am interested in the first line of that file because the first line is actually the name of the file which was last modified. Okay. So how to get the first line of a file? Using the head command we can get that. So just now we have used head command. So we'll use head option N1. So it gives me any file first line. But I want to apply this command on this output. Okay. So I'll just give output of this command as an input to this command using ls option T. Okay. So the result of this command will be the name of this file SAMP. So I can open this with the help of VI editor. Okay. But whenever I want to execute this command and replace this place with the result of this command, then I'll use this symbol in shell programming. It's very famous symbol. So when I use this, then what happens is, okay, it will just perform ls option L and get the first line from this with the help of this head command, and the value is SAMP will be substituted in the place of this. VI SAMP will give you, it will open the SAMP file now. Okay. So let's combine these three commands now. VI ls option T head N1. Yeah, so it started, now we are in SAMP file. So what we do is, I'll just go and modify VI file 1 for example. Okay. Now the same command, if I execute, it doesn't take me to the SAMP because last modified file is this file 1. Okay. File 1 is the last modified file. Okay. Now we'll see there is one more use of head command generally we can use. Suppose we have a file. What files we have? Let's check. Weekdays cat. What is this? Achha. Cat. Achha. Yeah. Suppose there is a file called Salman. It has few lines. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 lines are there. Okay, 9 lines are there. Now what I want is first few lines to be copied into some other file. Okay, one way is there are two ways in which you can do this. Okay, just I'll erase this. I have a file. It contains some 9 files, but I am interested in first 5 lines, and I want to save this first 5 lines into a file called F5. Okay. Here I want to save first 5 lines, but total there are n lines in this file. Now there are two ways. One way is I can use vi command to get into this file. Okay, then I'll go into execution mode. Then I'll tell 1 comma 5 write to F5 and hit enter, write and quit. Okay. This will also serve the purpose, it creates this, but the intention is to introduce one more new command. Okay, using that also you can do, and in fact that is called T command, and in conjunction with head also, because it is interested in first 5 lines. Now we can use head. So, or otherwise you take the problem as with this constraint. How do you copy first few lines of a file using into another file using head command? It means we should not use this procedures, only using head. How do we do that now? Let's try. I want first 5 lines, head, option N, this first 5 lines. Okay. This will give me the first 5 lines, and I want this first 5 lines, okay, into this file F5. So I'll use this pipe F5. Now I want this file to be created. For that I'll use one command called T command. What happens is the output of this file will be saved into this file when we use this T command here. Okay. So generally T command is used for storing the temporary results in the form of files. Okay, we use this T command. So this is very important command. Generally, if we write very long commands and we want to reuse some intermediate results, then we can do with the help of this T command, which allows us to store the temporary results or the intermediate results in a file. So this is the output of this command, and I want to save this output of this command into F5. There are many ways. Okay, T is one of them. So let's check whether it's working or not. So we'll use this command as head option N first 5 lines. Okay, it means from what is filtered to what are the different ways to give line numbers. Okay. T F5. So it's not working. Yeah, we forgot one thing. Actually, here we have not mentioned. We have mentioned first 5 lines. First 5 lines of whom? Okay, this file, that file, which file? Okay, this file. So we have to specify file name also. Okay, which we forgot here. Suppose when we write this file name, then only it works. Otherwise, it is waiting for us to give any input. So head option n, 5 lines from this file, and store the intermediate results with name F5. Okay, so it has given output, and also we can see F5 also. Okay, it is also printing onto the console, and also it is giving it is storing the temporary result in another file. So this is one of the commands which is used to store, T is one of the commands which is used to store the temporary results of the command. Now we will see other commands like cut and paste. Now generally this is also of very much use. This is one of the nice filters, of course simple filter. We have a file, and this file comprises of many fields, and the file can have a fixed number of lines or variable number of lines, depending upon we have different options for cut to apply on different types of files. Initially we'll assume we have a file with fixed length, and I'm interested in suppose when I display the contents of this file F1, okay, or cat emp, suppose this is the name of this file called emp, and it has emp number, 12 emp name, some employee name, and employee salary, and designation and location, for example. Okay, these are the things which are present in this emp file, and if I'm interested in not seeing where the location or employee name, I'm interested in seeing only employee ID, salary, and designation. That's all. Then how can I do such kind of manipulations with the help of cut command? We'll see now. So for that, first we'll create a file called emp with the following columns, with the following fields. Then we'll perform few operations on them. So vi emp, I'll go into insert mode. The name of the employee, first column will have employee number, okay, yeah, employee number, employee name, employee salary, employee designation, and employee location. Okay, so for example, employee number is 123. Okay, employee name is John, 1 2 3 4 5. Here we want fields with fixed length. Suppose John, salary is, and designation, or computer engineer, Hyderabad. Now there are restrictions for fixed length of a file that contains fixed length, because I have to follow that same number of characters must match in every field. Okay. Now next is 3 4 5. Secunderabad, and I'm giving random numbers. Okay. Narayan Gowda. So yeah, when we see this, there are 4 records, actually 2 records. Okay, I have given column name also, employee number, employee name, employee salary, employee designation, and employee location. We have 3 records in our file. Now if I am interested in seeing only employee number and employee salary and employee designation, okay, it means I am interested in seeing column 1, 2, 3, okay, and 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I want to skip, 4 to 10 I want to skip, then 11, 12, 13, 14 I want to display, then 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21 columns. All these columns I want to display. Let us see how to do that now with the help of cut command. So cut command can be used with the help of an option called C. It means every line in a file will be identified by a column number. This is column 1, this is column 2, this is column 3, this is column 4, column 5. So I can go on cutting depending upon these columns. So I'll use cut. Option C is for I am doing operation on column. So I want from 1 to 3, 1 to 3. This is the way of specifying range 1 to 3. So it displays employee numbers. Then again 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 I want to skip, 11 to 12, 13, 14, that's all. Okay, on EMP. So it has given employee number and employee salary also. But if I want comma also in between them, then I think I have to start it from 10 here. Yeah, started from 10. Okay, so it includes this column also. Okay. This column, 10th column, which is of comma. So this option C is generally used for fixed length columns. Okay, and one more important thing to be remembered is by default the delimiting character which is taken by this command is tab. Okay, and we can also change this delimiting character. For example, here in our example the delimiting character is comma. Okay. So we'll do a lot of manipulations with the help of this command in the next session. We'll stop here.